We just got some brand new updates and bug fixes. We'll also go over the mobile test, the FAQ there, and what is happening, which will lead us on to some brand new events, all the new Thanksgiving events, and the in-store and in-game ones. Additionally, we'll go over some brand new in-game tricks that you might not know about, as well as a whole bunch more. What's up, world? It's Utopia back in within the video. Today we're checking out all things Once Human. First up here, let's go over the new bug fixes for 1.3.2. Again, this was mostly just a hotfix, but there are a ton of different changes and fixes here. So for the gameplay section, they resolved an unexpected issue with deviation power. They also addressed some incorrect calculations for buildings and even fixed a sign-up cancellation problem after receiving team invitations. They resolved the inability to choose a faction in Prison vs. Clash. Again, that was a major issue that I dealt with for 2 to 3 days, and I only fixed that by leveling up and then allowing myself to actually try to join a hive. So if you do run into that problem and you can't select a faction and you're stuck in that starting area, just try to level yourself up, then create a camp and try to level up with water or just by crafting. After that point, you can then click on the Hive menu section, and that should allow you to then select a faction. And then last up here for gameplay fixes, there was an issue with squad signups and quitting after applying to join offline. There was also some various reward and progression fixes, where they corrected a missing random faction reward, and they fixed a point not being awarded for the securing deviations in Prison vs. Clash. Again, if you haven't been aware, all the scenarios are back, so currently you can join any scenario, whether it's Manabus, which is the PvE hard mode, or Evolution's Call, which is PvP hard. They also have the brand new scenarios, which are Prison vs. Clash and Way of Winter. I'm probably going to drop a poll over either on my Discord as well as potentially on YouTube, just to see what server people did select or what they're potentially going to select here soon. There are a bunch of new servers dropping on the 29th, so you do have time to select those. I myself did go to Evolution's Call, which is the PvP server. I wanted to go back to PvP as I just did the PvE server with Way of Winter. Seems like a lot of people wanted that and the regular PvE version, although I was never a fan of regular PvE, so I wanted to go PvP this time around, and I did miss the wars. We also had some various UI fixes with blueprint previews, territory purification, a transparency issue with the image enhance enabled, and they also corrected lighting issues in the Wishland West area. They did some additional server and system fixes, where they resolved an entry into full servers as a squad. They also fixed a disappearing facility when relocating storage crates on Eternaland, and they adjusted the territory collisions that could be sold for Estral Sand. Now, it's been a while, but we actually did see some motorcycle handling adjustments. They did this a while back, but now we're getting some more here, where they've increased the steering angle, they've improved the deceleration and braking. There were some additional fixes under the miscellaneous section, where they resolved mod equipment issues, and they fixed an unintended mode switches after exiting OTS. And again, as usual, I always get these comments about the server stability and the lag issues. They are still doing those more enhanced changes when they do swap out the hardware, so they are going to be completely swapping out the server hardware. That should be happening sometime soon here. When it does, I will update you guys for sure. Next up here, we do have the mobile section, where we are getting that mobile test again. So they are gearing up to finally release this thing. However, this is one last test, or seemingly one of the last tests here. They have a full FAQ section on how to actually enter into the test. That's actually going to be starting sometime soon, November 28th at 4 a.m. PST. So it will be happening tonight into the morning. They do mention that this test will not include any new content, which, for example, is the Prison vs. Clash or the Way of Winter scenarios, but you can explore the same exact content as Manabus, so the baseline scenarios that did launch with the game at the start. Now, if you were in the previous test from May and September, you have to actually delete it and re-download it. You can also both play this on your mobile and PC. However, you will need to first register using your mobile device, which then you can download the client on PC and create a character. They do mention that places are limited and available on a first-come, first-served basis. Now, they do give some conflicting information here, as before they said you had to register via your phone and mobile. However, here it says that you can download the client from Once Human's official website and register for the test. So I'm not actually sure if something changed there. Maybe you don't actually need to make your character first on the mobile test, or the mobile test client version. But at least to be safe, if you did want to get into this early, I would download it on your mobile device, then make a character there, to which you then can play on PC if you want to. Now, as they mention here, the content is not shared across PC and mobile currently. So this is just a test for the closed beta test purpose for the functionality and performance. But then they also mention here the test will not be available on PC. And there's a lot of conflicting information here. I'm not exactly sure if you can download on PC again. Although with the September test you could, and they've also mentioned it before. Although I think they might mean that the normal client for Once Human will not be shared, or the data will not be shared with the normal PC client. Essentially the official servers. This is going to just be on its own test servers. I'll have to keep you guys updated on that. I can't find any other information either on their Twitter or wherever else. So as far as I'm aware, you'll still be able to download the client from their website, or at least use the official client to participate in the mobile test. Again, we'll have to wait and see. Maybe I'll keep you guys updated or put a pinned comment down below. There is one last thing here where they do have the minimum mobile device system requirements. As you can see them here for iPhone, it is an iPhone XS, but they do recommend an iPhone 13 Pro. And then for Samsung, that's actually based on the chipset, which is a Snapdragon 845. That's the minimum, but the recommended is a Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1. There's a few other CPUs here that you can look at just to make sure. All around here for both device sets, this actually does require 25 gigabytes of storage. Moving on though, we do have those brand new in-game and out-of-game events. And speaking of those new events, they did finally bring back the Gather Friends. Now this will essentially either allow you to share a redeem code or you redeem a code yourself. That's going to get you a 10% increase XP bonus as well as an XP bonus to your battle pass. There's also some additional things here, like the person that did recruit you or their code that you used. You can claim a weapon of their choice here. However, they've also added some additional segments here where you can put basically almost a full gear set and a secondary weapon. Currently in mine, I have a 5-star M416, which is that brand new weapon, Silent Anabasis. I also have a 5-star Jaws. Now right now they're only appearing as a 1-star, so I'm not exactly sure if you're not able to claim a 5-star out of it, but those will be and have been both 5-star for me. I'll also probably have a full Jaws set in there unless I do change my build, or you guys want something different. I have a lot of different gear sets. I even have a full PvP set as well with Frozen and as well as Jaws. So if you want either of those, let me know in the comments down below. Maybe I'll go with the most popular one and have that in there. And if you want to use my redeem code and claim any of this gear set or any of the stuff that I said previously, you can use my redeem code that's on the screen. It's also in the description down below. And all you got to do is head to the events panel and then hit redeem code and you can type it in there. Jumping over to some more official events though, here we have the Friendsgiving Memories. Now the event isn't over just yet. You can still participate in this. This does have a few days left till 11:30, and they will be selecting 5 random participants to receive these Scholar sunglasses. And essentially all you have to do is share some photos or stories with them about your friends in Once Human. You have to include the hashtag OnceHuman and OHThanksgiving. I would recommend probably replying to this tweet though, just in case, but it does seem like they're going to be scouring through those hashtags. We also have another Thanksgiving event here, where again you can win some additional cosmetics as well as a Steam gift card. Now first up, you do have to unlock the Formula plate and coaster, and then you can set plates and coaster on the table and add food to them. They then want you to share a photo of your feast on X with the hashtag OnceHuman and OHThanksgiving to enter. Again, I'd more than likely probably just reply to this tweet, but you can just set one out yourself. And again, here 5 random participants will receive these Scholar sunglasses. If there's over 50 participants, 10 players will win 10 Steam gift cards, and if 100 people do participate in this, 2 players will receive a $50 gift card. This event is a little bit longer. It's going to end on December 3rd, and they will be contacting the winners within a week after it does conclude. Moving on though, we also do have some brand new cosmetics that are going to be hitting the store here soon, which is the Wilderness Fighter set. Definitely playing into some more themes here, and I like to see that overall. Again, we're not actually sure when these will come out. I assume in the next day or so, but hopefully they'll hit the shop sometime soon. We also have a bunch of deals on both the Christogen as well as those new cosmetic items are also being discounted up to 30% off, some even up to 90% off. I do wonder if these will be discounted since they are going to be a new cosmetic bundle. Probably so we'll have to eventually see that. Last up here, we do have some stuff from the community, which first up here, we do have the weekly questions and help mega thread, where you can pitch and pose some questions here. Again, also, if you pitch and pose questions in my comment section, I'm going to be going through a bunch of those, and in a future video, I'll maybe label some, and the ones that I'm going to ask the developers when we do have a next Q&A session. Hopefully that is here sometime soon before the holidays. Again, I'll keep you guys updated on that overall. Also, one last mentionable here is furniture clipping. Essentially, you can clip furniture here if you do work with it. As a commenter here points out, you can do this as long as the item is angled in the same direction. There's a sectional count that has a single seat where you can clip several in a row here. I'll try to showcase this more once I do level up my character, as I am still working on that on the new servers, but a pretty neat trick overall. If you enjoyed today's video, like, subscribe, and until the next one. Deuce!